Okay, so here we have, of course, a nice, beautiful leather cushion. And it's a very common problem, actually, where people get ink or they get dye rub off from jeans, or in this case, hair dye. Okay, so someone dyed their hair, went to sleep on a beautifully nice, light colored leather couch, and this is what happens. So there's a few things that you can do here. I mean, this is penetrated right down into the finish. If you had ballpoint ink, or if you had a little bit of dye or something laying on the surface, you could use our ink remover to try to remove this. Okay, this is our ink remover here. As you can see, there's our ink remover. Okay, so we actually tried to remove this with our ink remover, and as you can see, it did lighten it up to a certain degree. But if ink is sitting on the surface, the ink remover will do a really good job of removing that. And of course, there's instructions that show you how to do it. You basically lay the ink remover over top of it, let it sit a little bit. You can get a paper towel or a Q-tip and just sort of gently massage it and wipe it off. But in this case, the ink remover isn't going to work, because again, it only works with something that's laying on the surface. This is deep down impregnated into the finish. So what are we going to do in this situation? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to clean it up. We're going to apply a dye product. This is our small leather dye repair kit. Of course, it comes with the cleaner, it comes with the cloth, it comes with, of course, a 2-ounce bottle of IVORY A leather dye, I believe this is. Let's take a look at that. Right there, IVORY A leather dye 2-ounce bottle. That's going to do the job, and it comes with your rubber gloves, applicator sponges, and of course some sandpaper. We don't need any sandpaper in this case. So what we're going to do is we're first going to clean the cushion. That's what you want to do. So you want to go into your kit, and you want to get your cleaning cloth, and of course your 2-ounce bottle of leather cleaner. There's no oils or anything in there. It's just a cleaner. It just cleans the surface. That's all you want. Most leather cleaners have oils or waxes built in. So what they're doing is they're effectively cleaning the leather surface, but they're leaving a nice coating of an oil or a wax to enhance the color and make it look a little bit shiny. But this attracts more and more dirt, and in these light colored leathers, it'll be like a dirt magnet. You'll get a lot of oil and waxes that sit in the lower part of the grain, and then you're going to attract more and more dirt, and you're going to notice that your couch looks dirtier and dirtier and dirtier, and it's going to get all trapped inside the grain. Again, our leather cleaner doesn't have any oils or waxes in it, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take off the cap. We're going to get our cloth. We're going to go like this. Now for the first cleaning, so that means the first cleaning, to make sure that it's good and clean, we're going to spray the cleaner directly onto the cushion, just like this. And we're going to let that sit. And then we're going to, we're going to put on our glove, because actually if you do this without gloves, the cleaner will remove the oils in your skin. Now that's if you have long contact with it and stuff like that. Like if you're doing it all the time, or cleaning a whole bunch of furniture and you're using your hands or something like that. So it's a good idea to put the gloves on. And what I'm doing is I'm just massaging the cleaner into the grain and into the surface of the leather. Okay, we'll do the whole cushion. Okay, so it's all in there, and you're going to get your cloth, and you're going to spray the cleaner onto the cloth. Like that. Now this cushion doesn't look very dirty. It's probably been cleaned many times. And what we're going to do is we're just going to gently, in circular motions, do this. we're going to get inside the grain of the leather. So just this small little area. We got a little bit. And now we're going to go over this area. And go this way. And a good and clean. See, a little came off, and a little bit of the this dye came off with our cleaner. Cleaner does do a very good job, but of course it's not going to be so strong that it's going to be made to strip anything off your couch. It's going to safely and effectively clean the surface of the leather without damaging the leather. Okay? So now what we want to do is, we don't know if there's any oils or waxes, but we want to make sure this is good and clean and maybe even slightly stripped. So this way the white colored or the light colored Ivory A dye now has to cover over the blue. So we want to make sure that it's really well cleaned and prepared. So the way you would do that is get yourself about 99% rubbing alcohol in this case, and just apply it to the paper towel and just wipe this area down a little bit. So this way, if there's any products that were used over a few years, you know, a lot of people use oils and waxes and everything like that. And what they do is they build up on leather, and when they build up, they attract dirt, and the dirt builds up with the oil or the wax, and what happens is eventually it'll crack. The leather, instead of bending and flexing, it'll stiffen up and it'll start to crack, and when it hinges, it eventually cracks open. So you can see that we took a little bit off there, probably a little bit of the protective top coat, a little bit of oils or waxes or whatever. So now we are going to get our leather dye. We're going to shake it up. Make sure you do a good job shaking it up. We're going to open that up. We're going to go into our kit, and we're going to get our lock top cap right there for easy application. We're going to open up the dye. It's sealed. We're going to put our lock top cap on, just like that, for easy application. Now we're going to go into our kit and I'm going to get a sponge, and it's as simple as this. We're going to put a little bit of the dye on the sponge, and we're going to dab over the blue dye. And eventually what we're going to do is we're going to cover this whole thing. Maybe we'll just do half. Maybe we'll do half. Go like this. So you can see right here? Or actually, it might be better if we put it like this. There. And we're just going to dye this over. Just put one thin coat on. Just like that. And now we're going to let that dry, and we'll be back in a minute. Okay, so we're back. What we did is we used a heat gun just to dry this area up. We zoomed in a little bit more for you so you can see what's going on. We would recommend, of course, a hair dryer, because a hair dryer is not going to burn the leather, but we use a heat gun in here. Okay, and if you're going to use the heat gun, just make sure you put your hand there, and if you can burn your hand, of course, you can always burn the leather. So just be careful with that. So now we're going to put on another coat. I'm going to put a little bit more dye onto this, and we're just going to dab the dyes on. And there's areas here, I don't know if you can see that, there's even more areas right here that we're going to get. Okay, and now we're going to dry this up again. It's probably going to take, you know, it's hard to say, maybe 4 or 5 coats of putting a thin coat on. Again, this is a light colored dye trying to cover a dark stain. So now we're going to put them on a little bit heavier, as you can see. You know, and you have full control. All you have to do is just dab it on just like this. It's really not difficult at all. It's just a, you know, a process that after a while, just the same thing sort of over and over again. And if you put the dyes on thicker, then they're of course are going to take longer to dry. So you could lay them on thick and then go to sleep, and then the next morning come up and check it out, and probably going to need a few more coats. But generally this is what you're doing. You're just putting more and more coats on and drying each coat. Surface can get kind of hot, so what you want to do is just want to make sure you cool it down a little bit, let it cool down. Okay. Because what you want to do is when you're applying the dye, if it's too warm or too hot, it's going to prematurely dry and cure, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult to work with. Not that it's difficult at all, but it's just a good thing to note that if it is hot, then of course the dyes will start to cure while you're applying the product. So that's why we just wanted to mention that. So let's take a look. I mean, it looks pretty good to me. I can still see a little bit. So it depends on your level of perfection, of course, how good your eyesight is. But already, this already looks perfect. Like, I can't believe I'm even saying that, because I don't like to say perfect, because leather is not perfect. It's a natural material, and the beauty is in its imperfections. So we're going to dry this up, and I think we might be finished in this area. Just wanted to do a half and half, before, after. We like to do that, so you can see what's happening here. No trickery, no camera theatrics or lighting or magic or anything, just the best quality products. Water-based products, because this way water-based products are They don't have any fumes, they're not flammable, they're not harsh, they're easy to apply, they dry. There's no problems with water-based products. If you get different products that have solvents in them and all the rest of stuff, they're flammable, they smell, you know, we don't want that kind of stuff. So what we have is the highest quality water-based technology right there in a bottle. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Let me get a different angle for you. Can you see that? And there's no hiding right there. You can see everything. Okay, that's covered over. Looks fantastic. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into our kit and we're going to get our sealer. And this is our leather sealer. And what it's going to do is it's going to protect the finish that we just applied. Okay? You know, leather from a factory, they dye the hides a certain color, whatever that color may be, and then they put a clear protective top coat on it, and that's what this is right here. And you have the ability to put it on as thick as you want. Okay, so now we're going to open it up, we're going to shake it up, we're going to apply it onto the sponge evenly, just like that. And we're just basically going to simply wipe it over the area that we did our work. Just like that. Sealer dries a little bit quicker. Okay. And also too, you have the ability to put extra protection. So if you wanted to put one coat of sealer on like this, and then put another coat of sealer on, you can do that with light colored leathers. But if it's a dark colored leather, let's say this was black or something like that, I mean, this scenario wouldn't happen with black, you'd never even see it. But if this was black or really, really dark brown or something like that, if you were to put multiple coats of sealer on the surface, it can start to look a little bit cloudy or milky, okay? But in a light colored leather situation, you can put 2 or 3 coats on. You know, I wouldn't go any more than 3, that's overkill. So now let's take a look to see what we got here. It feels great, it feels like brand new leather. You can see right here, okay, the before and after. This, of course, is the before, and that's the after. Where is it? Where is it? Can you see it? Maybe if you took a magnifying glass, but I mean, I'm looking down right here, and I'm about 8 inches away, and I can't really see anything. Can't see anything. That's what you want. You don't want to see anything. See? So, that's the end of that. So now you know what to do with this part of the couch. And then you just plop it back into your couch and you're off to the races. So the way you would take care of this finish is we would recommend our large cleaning and protection kit, okay, for future care and maintenance. You get a nice 27-ounce cleaner, and you get a protector that you would apply every 8 to 12 months. So this way what we recommend is just lightly spray the cleaner onto the cloth, okay? Get it right here. Wipe down your couch once a month. It's called wet dusting. So this way you're cleaning your couch every month, but you're not going crazy scrubbing it or rubbing it and all the rest of the stuff, because actually that causes wear on leather finishes. So if you're just gently cleaning it once a month, and then at the course of every 8 to 12 months, depending on the amount of use that you put on your couch. I mean, it depends if you have pets or children or whatever, or you're just sitting on it infrequently just with your partner or whatever, then you don't need, of course, to clean it all the time or protect it all the time. But every year you should get it good and clean, let it dry, spray the protector on a sponge, and then just wipe on a brand new protective top coat that's going to re-protect your couch. And of course, you know, the protective top coat, I mean, nothing lasts forever. So what you're doing is you're putting a new booster protective top coat on your couch. So this way, the next year, it's going to be easy to clean. It's going to be fully and completely protected. So this way, your couch is going to look pretty much brand new and clean, you know, indefinitely. So we always recommend our cleaning and protector kit right there. Okay, so hopefully you like the video. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends. And we'll see you next time. Again, for more and more information, or to go to our website, go directly to the site fixyourleather.com or leathertouchupdye.com.
Well, thank you for watching our video, and if you did find good value in it, please like, subscribe, or even share with your friends.